Family is Lumsa here. Music shows finding voice. So I'm on my own today, guys, and when I'm on my own relationship. So today, let me share this with you. So today we'll be talking about why cheating with a married person brings bad luck. Uh, do you guys want me to explain why it brings bad luck? It's really bad when um, actually cheat with a married person, or if you're both married and then you go and say, "Wow, we're both married." And normally, what I hear is like the guys will be like, "It's easy for me to cheat with somebody who's married because we are both in a similar situation." So that person understands what I'm going through, and I understand what they are going through. So they cannot give me problems because I'm not really looking for a serious relationship. So it's okay for me to actually date that person because they are married. Married, we're both in a similar situation, and there's even apps that register yourself and find that person is in a similar situation. So why is it bad? Why is it so bad if everybody there, if these two people they are in a similar situation and they're both married? Imagine, guys, that person they're married, they have kids, and you have kids, um, and it basically brings the outcome. It brings complicated situation because if you have kids and that person they have children and person is married, you're married, and then there's already four people that could be affected in that relationship if things go wrong. So if you're somebody who is married and if you're in a relationship and things are not going well, my suggestion to you is fix what's broken. Don't try to solve another problem with another one. It's easy to say, wow, we're married, she's married, she understands, we've had an agreement. But you have had an agreement with the body. You think there is a body, there's a soul, and a spirit. There's three things that align with the human being. So when you make an agreement, who are you making an agreement here? Okay, we're married, you're married, I'm married. So we can gonna have this affair, or simply this person maybe they're not married, you're married, and they understand your situation and they want to date you anyway. They're like, okay, let's go ahead with this. I'm okay with the dating and sleeping with you. But when you're making this agreement, when you're making the agreement, you're making the agreement with the body, not with the soul. Subconscious mind has not come to an agreement with this. The spirit has not come to an agreement with this. So you're making an agreement with the one part, with part of you. And then the relationship starts. Once the relationship starts, guys, when you're having sex with somebody, two spirits are linked together. Here's the energy. They are linked together. And when they are linked together, there's pleasure, there's acceptance. Because when my feelings accept this person's feelings, my feelings say, it is okay, you're safe, I want you. And then it is linked together. There's acceptance. And then the relationship will grow in spirit. Has this energy, has had an agreement in the physical. And then, but the agreement, the body, what the body has agreed, spirit has not agreed. You cannot tell the spirit that, okay, I want you, I want half of you, I don't want half of you. So the spirit rays, you want me, I want you. It's the universe. So it means your energy is linked to the realm in the universe. So if you say, I'm going to have sex casual, okay, fine, you're linking that thing together. Or even it's like, let's say somebody who goes around and sleeping with people, meaning you're leaving the part of you with that person, with that person. And then when you leave with a part of you with every different person, you go home now. Okay, that person, they're married, they're okay with me dating. Feelings develop. This other person here, it means you cannot satisfy both people. You cannot be both sides emotionally. That means that somebody has to get hurt. Somebody, when you're married, there is no way that you can come home and satisfy your husband, satisfy your wife. Some people say, but that's not true. Um, those who are silly can think that they can satisfy, but there is no way. Because when problems arise in a relationship, we have to face them. But if we take the easy way out and say, okay, I'm going to face these problems, but I'm going to create more problems in order for me to actually go and sleep with somebody else that is agreed to have a relationship with you, whatever. Sometimes they call it a friend, friend of benefits. So we've had an agreement with this person. You've not had an agreement in the realm of the spirit. But we bound on earth is bound in the spirit. This wife that he has said, I do. This man that has said, I do, is an honest man. Maybe is an honest, she's an honest wife who knows that at home she's got problems. And but she doesn't know that her husband is playing away. This is a honest husband who knows that he has a problem with the wife, but he doesn't know that the wife is playing away. I'm just making an example. So when somebody inside they are not happy, when the marriage is broken, they're not happy. They're crying inside in the spirit. They're crying for the marriage to be fixed. But then if somebody is receiving their glory through their pain, there is no way that the other person can actually free. If that person, if that husband, that wife, they're playing away and they're sleeping together, and then he comes home, the wife is not happy. And when the wife wants to touch him, it's like pushing her away, or maybe having sex for the sake of having sex. It doesn't mean it anymore because he's already satisfied somewhere else. And this woman is crying, says inside her, what is going on with my husband. And the wife was either the husband is crying inside. He says, I don't know what is going on with my husband. Or the husband says, I don't know what's going on. She's changed. That's how people do. People go and create other problems on the other side, hoping and hoping that things will get better, marriage will get better, but it get worse. And when this family, maybe this family, the children, the wife finds out that the man is playing away, or the husband finds out that he's playing away. Can you imagine how many people that person that made an agreement, even though they made an agreement, because maybe that person can no longer see them. My wife means I can see. Or this one, children, the wife, maybe she wants a divorce because of the affair. The husband maybe wants a divorce because all people get hurt. And can you imagine in the spirit how it goes if you do not ask? It destroys when the blood is crying against you, guys. For those who don't know that, when somebody, even at work, never allow for a bad behavior stand in or treat somebody really bad, because with that person has a blood, there's a spirit, there is a blood when they're bleeding pain, bleeding pain because they feel they've been hurt. But if you ask for forgiveness, some people don't know how. They always think, well, I did the right thing by going to cheat on my wife because it's the easy way, is the solution that can solve problems, that but it does not solve problems, it creates more problems. Because when you cheat on somebody, it means you have to break that trust. You have to break the promises that you've made with your spouse. And the trust in that relationship, it means it is broken. So when there is trust in a relationship, it is the critical. Trust is the critical of a healthy relationship. And also, when that trust is violated, it leads to negative consequences. So you don't want that to happen in your life. There some people say, wow, since I had a divorce with that person, my life is crying against you. They're crying against you because um, they feel that if they find out about the affairs, simply God is punishing you. And me personally, I would say if you are in a relationship, the relationship is not going well, instead of going to be honest with your feelings, fix what is broken right now, or I cannot. I fix this relationship, because if the relationship cannot be fixed, don't go and try to create another. That's that's too much stress. And mostly that's when you go and satisfy that woman, that lady benefits, that man benefits. It requires hard. It requires you to book a hotel. It requires you to pay financially, and it requires you to take time, work. So if you are taking time to satisfy your needs on the other side, and then at home, the needs are not being met, and then when you get home, let's pretend that everything is okay, and let's pretend that my wife is the issue here, knowing that you just have some sex outside. You see how the universe will respond. The universe will respond with the punishment. That's why some people they require some sickness that they don't know why they have those sickness. Or sometimes God punishes people in so many ways. Or sometimes uh, things things change, and you're like, wow. Um, since I started this, things have changed, because social consequences, infidelity can have repercussions for that. That can affect your friends. If your friends find out, it can affect your colleagues. Being involved with a married person may result in a state and damage in your reputation. Because for me, sometimes I was in this situation where my friend tells me that, okay, I go to church, just keep it simple, go to church. And my friend tells me that she's in a relationship. Honest, let me put this in a honest. So I see this girl, she dates people. She, my friend, she dates somebody and then she'll get rid of them. So then one day she tells me about somebody. Wow, that's amazing. I'm getting excited. And then she tells me that the person that I'm dating is this one. I'm like, that's my pastor. That's our pastor. How are you dating the guy? And how are you looking at the wife each and every single day when the wife says hello? Because the wife is so nice and so amazing. I'm like, how are you looking at the woman every single day while you're sleeping with the man? And he goes, she goes, wow, he says they have got problems, so they gonna divorce. I'm like, he's a liar. He is a liar. And then when he testifies, it goes, you know what? He comes to church when he speaks. Without my wife, I don't think I would have been. But then he says to my friend, okay, we have problems. I was like, I don't think so. Some people they cheat because they can get away with it. That's what they do. Because if you really, really have problems, you wouldn't create. Because women are very, very stressful, guys. I know that my spouse, if he was to date another woman with me, he will have problems in his head. And me, I'm not a problem person, but guys, to date a woman, go to satisfy a woman's needs. So if you say, wow, I'm gonna have lots of women, that is like losing your hair in that moment, because I don't think you can cope with more than one woman, but some people do because they use that person. But then, as I said before, when you have sex, every person you have sex with, you leave a part of you there. That's why sometimes people never fully function. They get confused. Even though they're smart, whatever they get confused. You can see that the part of them, they've lost the part of them. And once you sleep with that person, you leave a part of your energy stays because it gets linked with that person. I'm not saying, guys, don't cheat, but cheating is a bad idea anyway. Really, really bad idea. So I'm not saying don't do it, but it has emotional consequences, it has legal consequences if you get caught. It has risky consequences as well. We talk about sexual transmitted disease. If you use condom, I understand. You will still live part of it because the universe, everything we do, it is recorded. Whatever we do is so you still live uh, that sense of you, that part of you. It doesn't matter how strong you are. Imagine you see this beautiful girl and you date this beautiful girl and then you still have a beautiful wife at home. And when you date that person now, you're dating two people. And this beautiful girl, the way she touches you, because women, if a woman knows that there's another woman, she knows she has a competition. So she has to be better. When you sleep with her in bed, she has to be better. And then she will do that and do that to make sure that you leave your wife, to make sure that when you get home, you go crazy. And then when you go crazy, now everything you see with your wife is dark. Your wife never do no good anymore. She always does wrong things. Or if it's a husband, um, if it's a woman that is cheating on her husband, she'll make sure that she'll make you crazy wherever you do, or even you are at work, whatever you do, you will just be thinking about her. And she'll do that because she feels that why should I compete with another woman? Why should I? If the guy is so nice, why do I have to compete? She'll be like, he will leave his wife for me. or even if there is an agreement, or she will just do it just, or if it's a friend and benefits, like some people, they are rich, they just want to play away. So if she wants more money, she'll make sure that she drives you mad, causing confusion at work, causing confusion at home, and in a way that you can't think. So how, and then that's creating bad luck because emotionally uh, you are attached to somebody else. So those are moral considerations that consider that we don't harm others by cheating on somebody. Take into account when you want to get involved and untimely building a relationship can lead to more positive. Every relationship build, guys, it can be rebuilt. That is, if two people relationship, it can be you just have to decide relationship, if your relationship is going well, or you feel that you are not happy. And some people, like women, we give birth to our children. Sometimes men want to go and date younger ones, and they're like, wow, this one, they still want to have a wife. You can't have a wife and somebody to sex. It does not work like in the real world. It doesn't work in the fantasy world. People that's because when you sleep with somebody, there are consequences. That heart is two hearts, not even two, four hearts. That's why people say, wow, my wife, because they will. And when they do, sometimes it's just God, because God loves his children. So he wanted that affair to go because he just wanted to save that somebody's soul. And sometimes when the soul has not agreed, the soul will be like, wow, I just fallen for you. Sometimes you find it, a man, like they say they want to have an affair, no strings attached. And then you find that the poor guy is crying, is like, um, uh, you know what? I did not think that this will lead me. This is what, because of the energy. And two energies are linked and come to an agreement, come to, because when you have sex with somebody, even if you have sex with, when you have sex with somebody in the realm of the spirit, here comes the joy that, you know what, I like to receive. I receive this energy. I receive this energy. And I accept you into my life or into my heart. In that moment, so this energy comes into your body and it goes into heaven. And eventually you end up falling for each other. Unless if you have sex with somebody, just say, okay, I don't want to see you again. So that means you leave part of you. You're never gonna see that person. Never gonna see that person, but the part of you is there. And then you'll be left to repent, ask for forgiveness. And if you don't ask for forgiveness, that's where you have second heaven. And you can be looked up with. And it's not guys. When Lucifer pulled me there, there's so much noise. You can hear the cry, you can hear the cry, the souls that are being tortured. You can hear the pain. So you don't really want to have peace. So you have to decide yourself. I really want to be responsible breaking somebody's marriage. For me, I have never been approached by saying, I want to have a relationship. Say, I would think that is an insult when somebody say, "But I have a relationship with you," and to me, it is insulting. Is am I that ugly that I want to waste my time, energy, no matter how much money you have? My body is priceless. So that's why I cannot give it to somebody else just like that because they just want to have pleasure. You want pleasure, go and have pleasure that you left behind. That you because sometimes we think we have problems. Don't. We think the other person is causing problems. Because I've seen it myself where I think that wow, my spouse has problems, is causing like problems. It's because my expectations are not met. But then when I go in dealing with my expectations, oh, I find that wow, things get sorted out. But in relationships, it's not easy to maintain. It's not easy, mostly when you're dating somebody who's confused. So for me, I would say if you're dating somebody and you feel that there is no connection with this person, the happiness, not happy, because you need to be happy and your desires need to be. And if you are not happy or if you are in an abusive relationship, instead of having an affair, why not leaving that relationship and go and work on yourself? And then if figure out after you've gone through that what you want to do instead of dating somebody and then if things don't go well, then you're like, wow, I love my where's the love for that one? I hear people say, I love my wife, but the best way for our relationship would be so I can satisfy and no satisfying disaster and no satisfying. Because when you say I'm gonna go and play, I love my wife, and you come back and say I love you. Oh my heart, really? You love me? Right. So if you're not happy, fix what is instead of going to is when adult leads to divorce. It's a hit. You know when the car comes in, hits you unexpected. Survive? No. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. There are some men, this woman, she's telling me she works in this shelter building. And she was telling me that most of men that are there in this shelter, I think this is something, is these men that they go through divorce. And when they go through divorce, they sometimes they have work, they can't afford to work. Sometimes they have to their house that the life that they built so they and they no longer have a home. Emotionally, they get destroyed because of that marriage, because of that life that they thought they had a good life. Then the marriage falls apart. Everything falls apart. She says you could see the brokenness. Somebody's broken. When a human being goes into brokenness, broken. So imagine when somebody they go into that brokenness with an idea, with this burden. Some people they heal, but some they don't. Some they take their lives because they can't cope. I've seen TV sometimes people take they hang themselves because their husband is playing away. I during lockdown, I lost my friend. She married. She had it all. Millionaire husband. What they have now have a good relationship, but she wasn't happy. But instead of fixing her life, thank God her life was not. She couldn't handle losing her husband. Because she knew that the way he was acting, she knew she was going. Some people cannot cope with that. Can you imagine something like they feel that this person is cheating? It's like to them, there's no turning back. To them, it's like they surrender it all. There's some people when they enter a relationship, they surrender all, they surrender their heart to that person instead of living this life. Okay, if things go wrong, I'll be okay. For me, I come here every single day. If my life was to go wrong in my relationship, I will be okay because I know that I don't have control over life. But some people, they're not exposed. So if imagine you cheat on that person, and that person, if they cannot handle the fact that he left me for another, they cannot handle the fact that she left me, they end up taking their life. Now, when that blood is on the ground, is spilled because of you, that means that blood will be crying against you. Even though they go to hell, we don't have, even though that person is cheating or whatever problems people go through, when you take your own life, you don't have a right to take that life. Doesn't belong to you. I'm afraid it belongs to God. God gave you that life. So you cannot take it without his authority. So whenever somebody kills himself, they don't because it means they've taken life that it does not belong to them, life that belongs to God. That it that death. So that means you go to have is life. So you cannot, you don't have to take your life. Lots of people here in the UK, people is rising every single day because of depression, because of different things, different lifestyle. People live lifestyle. But imagine when that person takes their husband cheating, or their wife cheating. So you don't want to get it. And then asking for forgiveness, then you have to break that curse. If you don't know how curse, it goes to generation to generation. So it's important to actually, okay, my relationship is not going. So how do I move forward with my spouse if I don't want to break the trust that I've made with her? The impact on the children as well. So it will affect the children and the emotional turmoil for the children and the friends as well. They'll get affected. Financial sorry, financial consequences and legal battle when it comes to divorce is very, very costly. It can lead to financial strain. Sorry, something is stuck in my throat. it may affect the abilities to maintain the lifestyle that you want. No matter how rich you are, when you cheat on somebody, it will affect, because that person can take you to court and take you for everything that you, if they prove that you cheated on them. Legal battle. Very, very complicated when you take each other to court. Such as alimony. This can be for both parties. It can cause a social stigma, although it's none of people's business. Honestly, for me, I don't think I will get angry with somebody. I cheat on somebody. I get disappointed. Like with my friend, I got disappointed that she's actually betraying the woman that she sees every day. I got disappointed, but at the same time, I knew that it was I cannot get involved. So I can't emotionally, I wouldn't get involved. But some people in the society, they do get involved. They feel that they take side. People do all sorts. For me, I've learned this the hard way. I don't get involved. Even with my friend, when she told me, I was disappointed in her, because this is the pastor that I go to church. And also when I'm saying hallelujah, hallelujah, and I know that the minute the pastor commits adultery, it's from God. So I was disappointed that actually that he was committing adultery in church. So I had to ask God forgiveness for me to be in that environment. But at the same time, it was none of my business. Whatever he did, it was none of my business. So I would never judge her. I wouldn't judge her, but I would just tell her that sometimes caring comes along the way. Dating is married man with a stranger is cool. But if you date the people that you know anywhere, even if they're strangers, it hurts. So it's very, very important. Every guy out there, if the relationship is monsters, none of that business, but it causes pain, and that pain affects your health, and that pain affects you financially. That pain affects you emotionally. That pain affects you in this society. Look at you. It's like that guy that cheated on his wife. You become the guy that cheated on his wife. Or mostly if they know why, it gets worse. So if you are just like me, it's none of my business. But mind the parties that get it. There's so many people that get it. But at the same time, what we bound on earth, it is bound in the physical, in the spirit, in the realm of the spirit. That's why when we say, like we're manifesting, it's real. Manifesting is real. So the cheating is real. So the cheating has consequences. Cheat on cheat, it affects with work productivity as well, because there is no way emotionally in work life you can focus if you are experiencing you actually find it challenging to focus on your professional work and the responsibilities as well on your productivity. So the important thing is if the relationship is not going, we just fix it and fix it. Sometimes some relationship it cannot be fixed. Seek support from a friend or a professional and just deal with it. No matter how much money I see, like sometimes there are some guys, they drive nice cars, and they'll stop and they want to talk to me. They think just because they're driving that car, I'm just gonna jump on that car and I'm just gonna like them. And I'm like, I don't think so, honey. So when the guy approaches me with what they have, I start again. I'm like, okay, introduce yourself. Let me hear what are your desires? What do you desire? And then he will see that they're like, wow, who are you to reject driving this car? Like, you are just a person driving expensive car. That does not mean that oh, you're a millionaire. It does not mean that I'm attracted. So there are those things that you have to consideration. Attraction will always be attraction. If you go and sleep with a woman, you want that woman to friends and benefits, I'm gonna buy you this, I'm gonna buy you this and give you a nice life. Yes, you give that woman a nice life. But inside there will be this, like maybe this woman accepts you for you. Now you have a relationship at home and you'll be asking you questions like gets complicated. You'll be like, why can I just have this life that I have with this person? And the reason you can't have simply not compatible with something. Compatibility is the critical. We can fight. Me and my spouse, we tell each other, not very often. I tell me off, or I tell him off. I don't tell him enough. I communicate with him like straight how I feel. I communicate my feelings. I don't hide my feelings. I communicate with them. And at the same time, when I communicate my feelings, um, it's like I let him know how I want him to or how I want to communicate with him, how I'm interested in him, who he is as a person. And imagine you date somebody that you're not at. Fight is normal in a relationship. Now you're dating somebody that you know compatible. That means that the fight will be 3 times, 4 times, because that person, there's no connection. And you're crying for the connection, and this person is crying for connection. So both people are crying. But if you were compatible, you sit down and have a chat and say, honey, this is the problem. And this is, but if you're not compatible, you date a woman with some talking problems. I don't know if you have ever dated anyone that has some talking problems that do not close their mouth. They will tell you everything you do is wrong. They will always find faults in you. They will be like on your back all the time. You come back, it's like when you finish work, you just want to go to the pub because home is where is a disaster. So you don't want to come. Pub is where you feel safe when you're drinking and you're chatting to people. I don't know if you have ever dated that kind of person, that kind of what that kind of so it's they're grumpy. You can't do as a woman to right. The first time they dated you, things right, and a narcissist. So it's very, very important when you date somebody, enter a relationship, even if you don't have, even if you have kids, do not stay in a relationship. It destroys a human being. It leaves a human being health wise, body wise, soul wise destroyed because your soul gets trapped, because that soul, it can no longer express itself anymore. It gets trapped somewhere else. And it's not free anymore. So you want that freedom. You want to be free. And in order for you to be free, it's either you actually fix things, communicate with the counseling, or learn to cultivate a strong relationship, have clear boundaries with that person, or seek professional help, or practice empathy. Not do all those things, then it destroys you. Uh, Maybe instead of going um, to cheat on somebody, think about your values and reflect on your values and your principles. I don't know if some people and in their lives, because if you do have principles, wouldn't want to go and sleep with somebody else. It's fun, I know it's fun, but sex is 2 minutes. Uh, yeah, it's something for 1 second that you have it right now, and after that, you're like done. So it's okay to have sex, but have sex with somebody that you love or somebody that you say this. Take this relationship, married, if you get married. If it doesn't work out, just try to ask for God's forgiveness instead of staying for the sake of your kids. So I have to cheat. I have to cheat because I've got 2 kids. I cannot. I hear people telling me that, no, sir, I've gone through divorce and I cannot divorce again. So the best way for me is to find a woman that I can have sex, that we can have fun. In the UK, is more popular that we can have fun, and once we have fun, then she'll be happy. I'm happy. I give her the money. She'll be happy. Then I can go and play. It it works, but what bounds here on earth in the physical is bound. That means God is not happy when it is adultery. Adultery, the consequences are the judgment is death. So you don't really want to go and face Lucifer for his judgment of death. You don't want to face it. Because even if you die of cancer, you cheated your wife and you not ask God for forgiveness, you go, unless if God has mercy. There are some people that are so lucky, like myself. I wasn't perfect, right? But when Lucifer put a condemnation, God was like, "You're not condemning my child. You're not killing my child for somebody to have. So if you are lucky, that person that is so lucky, God will have mercy. And you've got people that have mercy in the second half. That's when souls are tortured. People say there is no such thing as heaven. We won't go in one place, but we don't. I used to think that way. I used to go to church, and I used to think that way. But as Lucifer pulled, would need, because the condemnation that I was facing, he is in hell. So when he is in hell, it means you feel that hell. So you don't want to go just because of sex that lasts. You're dating a woman, they don't want to have sex with you. You love them, you want to get to know them, and you married them when seek help together. If they don't want to seek help, have the right to leave. If that person is shut down, if they don't want to feel, Because marriage is a support. When you enter a relationship with somebody, you support each other. You are there for each other. And when that agreement is broken, so that person, both the parties have to try hard to work in that relationship. So if that relationship still doesn't work, or maybe the other party don't want to work on that relationship, you cannot change it. And then you cannot stay in a relationship that causes you pain just because you married them. You can't, you have a right and authority to withdraw that relationship from that relationship and say, God, I wanna be free. I want my freedom. Even God himself, he will not want you to stay in pain. So instead of creating more pain and say, wow, I'm going to date this person, I'm going to go and have an affair with another person, it does not matter as long as I get what I want. It does matter because when the other person gets hurt, and it, and even yourself, if you're not happy in that relationship, and you go and have sex with somebody who's married or you're married because you're not happy at home, that person finds out, you get hurt, that person, people get hurt, children get hurt, the whole community goes all over, they go mad at you because they're minding your business. No, they're not meant to mind your business, but they do anyway. So for me, what I would say is just be honest. Relationship is not working. Sometimes I used to get people on LinkedIn. They will say, sir, can I have your number? Let's talk about business. We'll talk about business and we'll connect. And it's just because I'm a matchmaker, and that person is sometimes they'll send me, like sometimes they're naked, they send me their dick, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this picture? And they're like, wow, I'm having problems with my wife. I'm like, yes, you're having problems with your wife, but what is it got to do with me? Your dick, what does your dick got to do with me? It hasn't got anything to do with me. So you think I'm going to be attracted with this? So I'm like, that's out of order. So for me as a person, guys, if you relationship is if it's not working, every relationship is different. Is allowed to work or not to work. And when we don't have a right to judge you, to judge anybody, but it is the pain that comes after that. Okay, if this person they're married, and then these two people have an agreement to say, okay, we can have an affair. Maybe simply some people go to apps and they put their details for friend benefits. Wife finds out, children gets hurt, this one get hurt, that one get hurt. Maybe wife cannot take it, the whole idea of the husband cheating. Maybe she takes her own life. Imagine, or maybe it's the husband can't take it because the wife is cheating, and the husband takes his own life. Imagine what's there burden that you have to carry. Is a curse of a generation to generation. But you can break it. You can actually ask God to take that burden up. But it will require so much prayer, so much prayer, so much Bible to try, because you have to silence that blood. It's like people, men, they have sex with women. They tell women, go and have an abortion. You abort that child. It's over. Done with it. Let's live happily ever after. That blood that you spilled, cry against you. But some people don't know that. They will cry against you. But in order for you to live, to actually live freely, you have to silence that blood. Some people think, oh, well, I'll have sex, I'll have an abortion. We'll be okay, honey. But it's the blood. When the blood is spilled, it cries. There's, if you like, if you follow my pastor, my father in the Lord, doctor, there's lots of doctors, those who do abortion, they're like, I hear voices, that the voices are for the children. And my father in the Lord is like, yes, they are for the children because it's the children you've killed. So that doctor that does the abortion, he gets affected as well. So I'm sharing this is because when if the affairs goes wrong, that means you could kill blood that will cry against you. And if you are somebody who does not know anything how to deal with the things in the realm of the spirit, that blood will cry against you and cause cancer. It will cry against you, cause any disease, different disease into your life or into the bloodline. And you'll be like, I don't know what happened. Life is wrong because there's a blood that is crying against you because of that affair. So if any man is watching, guys, the advice that I give you is if you're dating, relationship is not going well, please end that relationship. Don't create more problems by putting some problems on top. Because when that goes wrong, you hold the blood in your hands. God will be like, wow, this blood is crying against you. So you have to silence it. And silencing the blood that is crying against you. It's not an easy thing to do. It's hard. It means that you're going to get down on your knees and ask God wants to forgive you. If he feels that he feels that he can't forgive you, but whatever forgiveness you ask, that some people don't have that kind of and sometimes they affect people emotionally, physically. When somebody, the minute that person takes their lives, it affects them. I believe in, but if my spouse dies because of the affair that I had, that hunts me, will hunt me. I don't want him to. No one wants to go through that. And finances, if you have finances, guys, nowadays marriage is a business. The wife finds out that you had an affair, the wife takes you for everything. They go to court, they will use every corner, or the husband, or if you both have the money, the husband will use everything, every corner to take everything. Children to take everything. That is a disaster. The children gets dragged into that mess. So me, don't miss life, happy life. So if you're dragging each other, you drag each other to court because the woman will be like, okay, we have the money, the relationship is not working, but you decided to go and have an affair. I'm not going to forgive you, but I'm going to divorce you and I'm going to use this against you and I'm going to go and get divorced. And when I'm getting a divorce, I'm going to use everything. Stress, sometimes you find that the woman was already having her own affair anyway, but you know, caught her, and then she'll be using everything and like maybe telling the judge how it affected her emotionally, but maybe it didn't. Maybe she just wanted an easy way out to go. Maybe he just wanted an easy way out to go. As a woman, you get caught with an affair, and the man uses every trick to take everything. It's a business now, marriages. People use it for business. Um, it's no longer for love. People marry people, and when they divorce, they're like, taking her for everything, or I'm gonna take him for everything. Even myself, when I was going through And what my friends were giving me, taking for everything. And I'm like, where did this taking everything for everything come in? Because when we entered the relationship, there was an agreement of love. That agreement of love was fulfilled. But when two people don't align with each other, I don't have to take it. I have to divorce the guy. I have to, for my child to live a free life. He has to decide as a man what he wants to give. But if he can't decide, the court will decide for him. But unfortunately, mine was able to decide how he's going to look after his child. So the meaning the court didn't have to decide. But some people they don't. They don't decide, then you take them to court. And imagine if that person finds that you have an affair, they will just go, okay, how much does he earn a month? He earns maybe 50,000 a month. Okay, so we tell the lawyer, the woman will tell the lawyer, so what can I take? That 50 grand. I want him to feel the revenge. I want him to feel the pain that I feel. Don't need to feel no revenge. Somebody hurt you, they hurt you. Release them to you. It's the freedom of you. Instead of saying, I want to take it. But unfortunately, living in this world is not fair. So it's very, very important, guys. If you work really hard, women out there work really hard. They work really hard for their money, or many out there really hard. Find yourself in a relationship that is not. Just be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to get out. And if the woman wants to take you for everything, well, you can't take me for everything. I worked for this money. You got to tell the judge that, judge, okay, when we met, it was never about the money. I remember when we made the vows, it was I do this, the vows, this. But if we are divorcing, judge, you got to be fair. And when you tell judge, you got to be fair, judge will understand that, yeah, it was all about a relationship. You say, judge, I give her fair share, but I worked for this money. I work for it. But some people, they get stressed and then it gets messy, and things get worse. It's important if you're dating somebody, you can cheat. Yeah, it's fine. You can do it. I'm not saying don't do it, but learn from friends. If you feel that your needs are not supported, seek support. Get out of that relationship. Uh, think about your well-being. It's easy to say, okay, I have the money, I have everything. Money is not everything, guys. Money, love can reduce, like Tony Robbins says, you'll find a man who is very, very powerful and they have this powerful title. And when the relationship falls apart, they they fall apart. It's that say to somebody, you got to unlink yourself. Otherwise, you fall the relationship falls apart. And mostly if there's cheating, we live in this world where everybody wants to revenge against everybody. And the woman, it takes you everything, it takes you for everything. Might as well, you know what? The relationship is maybe just ask for divorce for someone else. Or just work on the relationship. Spouse, just mend what's broken, fix it. If it cannot be fixed, then get out. If there's abuse involved, don't go and say, wow, my wife, she's abused. There are women, no, it's not just men. abusive. There are women out there who are abusive as well. But men get embarrassed because they don't want people asking, why are you being abused? But there are women who are like that. They are abusive. So if you find yourself dating, get out. Don't solve things. Or simply, if you work really, really hard and you have extra money, please don't use it to have sex with people so that it actually apparently brings pleasure. I can afford it. I can do what I want. And God will be like, that's not the reason why I blessed you. I did not bless you to do what you want with children, to break their heart. That's when you find people have cancer. They have different disease because they don't know a disease can be given to you. God himself can kiss you. Satan himself can kiss you. And Lucifer loves giving pleasure to those. He loves returning favors to those who sin. He loves pouring disease. His job is to pour disease, to cause disappointment in people's life. So you don't want to be part of that. You don't want to be part of him. You don't want to be part of him. So you just want to live that life. Just live your life. Die if you're not happy. Divorce the person and start again and be happy. You worked really hard for the wife. Feel like you're not happy, or you are a man, you've worked, or you're a woman, you've worked hard, you feel that your husband can no longer fulfill your needs. Go and find another toy boy. Because that's why people have disease. They don't know how they get them. They're like, sometimes they'll start saying, oh yeah, in my bloodline, and saying like this, we do have cancer like this, cause cancer. Yeah, you sleep with that person, gonna put cancer in your penis. Then you end up having cancer. Then you die. Live a honest life. I'd rather be happy myself than living a life knowing that my life is so I see guys, I'm on LinkedIn. I see guys on LinkedIn. Sometimes they get the what women. They think that women are just sleeping. I get to know you. I'm like, but I'm in a relationship. How can you get to know me if I'm in a relationship? Wow, it's okay. I'm in a relationship too. And I'm like, does that make it okay for me to date you just because you're in a relationship? They're like, no, I have everything. I look after you. I'm like, I don't need looking after. You're married, go look after your wife. You don't need to ask me that you look after me. There's nothing wrong with me. I look after myself. Even my spouse does not look after me. He's there for me. He looks after his own the family. But I don't need looking after because I can do whatever I want. So he cannot look after me to say I look after you. I don't need looking after. Wow, I have the money. If you have the money, go donate it to charity. Because Nomsa does not need you. So that's how I see it. But when you see, like, you see beautiful girls, they're like, wow, I love him. He drives a nice car. So he takes me to these amazing hotels. I just leave and the time goes by. The beauty doesn't stay the same. 2 years later, 5 years later, the guy goes back to his wife. Now it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Then it gets broken. Even though let's agree to just business only. There's sex for business, guys. Let's just have sex for business. It's strictly business, no feelings attached. Come on. Everything is feelings attached. Even when you go for business, when you pitch the business, the reason why people want to work with you It's because you touch their feelings, you trigger something. They're like, wow, I want to work with this person. They're like, oh, I'm going to give you a deal because I want to work with you because you touch something that no one has ever touched before. How you speak, how the, like, it's everything. And they'll be like, so when you're having sex, guys, you're touching something. So it's the same. That means somebody gets broken. We don't mean to. Sometimes the agreement gets mad. That while we're gonna have sex, you're gonna have sex. We're not gonna tell my wife. It's just gonna continue anyway. We're gonna continue having fun. I've got kids. I don't want to hurt my children. Hurting your kids if you're having sex with somebody else. So the best way is to tell your missus, tell your mister, if you're not happy and say, I just feel that I need to be happy. Instead of, wow, I'm just gonna go and find some hoochie. Some hoochie, hoochie, hoochie. And then when I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna walk in and say, honey, wow, because I've had sex now, I'm feeling good. So that means I'm going to go and fake it to my honey and say, honey, wow. The honey says, how was your day? Oh, I had an amazing some sex there. So now I'm gonna go need a bit of me is fulfilled. And I'm just gonna say, I'm just my wife is just gonna be happy. That's why I said to my friend, she said to me, wow, wow, he says he's gonna leave his wife. It's like this guy is happy. He just wants some extra sex. But he is happy at home because when he speaks about his wife, so no, he's saying for the sake of don't think so. So that's why sometimes people don't leave their wives because they have don't their husband. So if somebody say, when I have sex, just go and say, go have sex with yourself or with me. So women out there that are just the man comes to you and say, I want to have sex with you. You got to ask yourself that it is your body. Sex requires the energy to it. So I'm not wasting my energy somebody to actually use me, even if they're gonna buy me something. So I wouldn't do that. I'd rather go and buy myself because that is me, guys. Some people they say it's okay, but it destroys the relationship. And then you do not want somebody cry against you. It's like when you let's say if you do business with somebody, I've seen people they do business with people, they cheat on them, and they say it's okay, and then things go wrong. They're like, I don't know why things are going because of the somebody that is crying against you. And if that woman that is that why is my wife not saying that busy inside there crying? That cry, or when a human being is crying against you, like you say you do business, take their money, that they've not given you that permission to take that money, take it anyway because you pay. That person cries against you. That's the cry. So that's why you find people saying my life is going wrong. I don't know why customers are not coming these days because they're crying against you. So those are the things that when you're a wife, a husband, please don't do in abortion. So maybe adopt that doctor instead of one day when I have the time, emotion, how does the emotion is the same thing. Blood sweat. You don't want the blood sweat of that person cry against you. So you don't want all those things. You just want to be burden free and to be free. So guys, if you're watching the talk show from YouTube, please do subscribe to talk shows. If you're on social media, on Facebook, join the group, Gossip Talk Shows, and the Unique Billionaire Mindset. And if you are watching me Twitter, please do send a message and just say hello. LinkedIn, do send a message. Check, just say hi. Or just come and join the group and be. I'd love to have you at Constitutions. And also go to my website as well. If you're looking for love, you can sign up. Will help you to find love. I'm a love harmonist for men. So how I work is when I manage an agency, I come to your own home. The reason why I don't enter the office is because you come to my office, it will feel like an interview. But if I come to your own team, you will feel valued. Won't hide anything. It's a home self. So you will be able to tell me how do I to help you moving forward, finding that of your dreams. And once everything is changed, we have an understanding and decide that actually I trust Noms and Noms I can find that woman. See it, find it out. Once you make a payment, I then have to go on a date. Any date with me. Team, team, and going on a mini date is not me going on a date. It's me helping you. I need to make sure that just evaluating everything that you do, how you communicate with me. Because if you don't communicate with me, that means that's why you're going to do go out, shutting down your feelings. But if you're communicating with me, freedom and no fear, that means you're okay emotionally, so you're ready to go on a date. But if you're not ready, then you have to go for coaching first before I met you with somebody else. That part you cannot skip. For coaching, it means the members of my team can coach you, or I can coach you, just to help you so that when you meet the woman, when you go on dates, when you start introducing you to dates, speak. You can choose that woman that you yourself and say, wow, this is the woman. This is the either way, I'm not a matchmaker for women, but I meet all my clients, women and men. I meet them. Lena, she's a matchmaker for women. I'm a matchmaker for men. But if she's not available in the UK, and she's based in Germany, and she brings the German women, have German women as well. We have Ukrainian women as well. We cover all over, we cover globally. So it depends with where you might be a British guy, but you're attracted to African women, or you're attracted to European women, Africa. So we can find you a woman in America. Go on a date. If you can afford my agency, it means you can afford to fly to go on a date. So that's how I work. So if you are a man out there who is single, and you are like, I'm tired and I don't have time to apps, I don't have time to scroll on the apps. I do the work for you. You pay me to do it. I deliver what you ask me. Whatever you want, I deliver. But you then have to do the work. That's why I go on a date with you first to evaluate how you, I'm not judging you, to evaluate how you communicate. Because when I'm out with you, I expect you to treat me as normal. I expect you to talk to me as normal. I expect you to open up, be happy. But if there's walls that have built, feel that you can't communicate, or maybe attitude. Sometimes some guys, men have attitude. Sometimes women have attitude. So if you have attitude, that's when I have to coach you. So that when you go out, get out there, right? Without an attitude, because divorce can cost you. So if you date the wrong guy, or if you date the wrong man, divorce can cost you. So in that way, it's for me to teach you life. Why you see with me when I'm alive, you come to my house. That's how you're gonna get. You're gonna get love. I'll communicate with you. I'll ask you questions. I'll get to know your world. You get to know my world. People be happy. So that's what happens. Go on a date. Uh, I do have stylists within the company. My stylist, we don't work like we have to teach you how to dress. We don't do that. So the part of coaching is for you when it's time for you to go on a date. If wardrobe, you feel that wow, I need some. Sometimes I feel good on the inside, but I feel that my it's not good. That's when you get a coach to go out. That person also, when they go out with you, happy. Some of you met her happy. She's on the website. And she's a very beautiful girl, inside out. And when you go out with her, she does not like help you to choose clothes. You choose clothes. She's there as a body to say, that one looks good on you, but how do you feel? She's just there to support you. Uh, she will trigger something for you to actually just bring out the best. That's how we work. You join, sometimes you need. That's fine. I can see that if I go on a date, just by coming to your home and just chatting to you, I don't come on my way. I have, I used to go with the girls, but I have happy Nick. There's another matchmaker, Nick. I don't come with the men. So if we come to your own, if there is coaching that you need, I'll just pick it up straight away. But then it's still only me. Still I have to go with you or team. They have to just to make sure because joining a matchmaker is cheap. It's very expensive, and just to make sure that once you join, the team will team up. Sometimes there's membership. Memberships are different. Um, there's different memberships, so you choose whatever suits you. Tailor the membership I tailor to individuals. Sometimes my work, sometimes two, three, depends. Or the whole company, they they just drop everything and just look after. Depend on what you. So that's how I work. So if you guys you wanna join just do, or if you wanna just do the coaching, do I have coaching program? So if you wanna join the coaching, please do as well. Join the coaching program. So good. And Cy Blackman is taken over the company. He's my coach now, so he's changing everything. So everything is good, guys. So if you just want to just the coaching, please do go for coaching. And if you want to find love, I harmonize love every single day. So I help you to, but I cannot do magic, but I'll help you find love, whatever you need, find that special person. God bless everyone. See you tomorrow with Carol and tomorrow, I think. So I'll see you tomorrow.